Good morning, sir.
हाँ, गुड मॉर्निंग दित्य। क्या आपने क्या लाइक कैसे प्रिपेयर किया था फॉर जेई? ठीक है ना, जैसे लाइक मोस्ट ऑफ द क्लास 10 स्टूडेंट्स आर क्लूलेस हाउ टू प्रिपेयर फॉर जेई मेंस।
Hmm.
Like how, like what strategy works for you,
Okay.
right? Because like it's a big jump from class 10 to 11th,
Ah,
right? So like what
yes.
works for you, so it will help a student to prepare for JEE means better, no? So I just want your insight over that.
Okay. Sir, I did PYQs.
Mm-hmm.
Previous year questions were really helpful, and they give an idea of how the papers, like how the papers have been coming throughout the years, and
Mm-hmm.
they give you an insight on what kind of questions are there basically,
Mm-hmm.
and it will help you to realize where you are lagging and how to work on it. For mains, solving the PYQs were enough, and you should just have an idea of all the formulas that were taught to you throughout these 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and like I think, and then guidance from your teachers is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Clearing your doubts at regular intervals, like whenever you get doubts, is
Right.
very important, and then looking over those doubts again so that you get to know whether you have answered those, like whether you've got that concept in your mind or not is important.
Right.
And giving mock tests gives you an idea of where you stand, how
Mm-hmm.
you utilize those 3 hours, how you have to break your time so that you get an idea, so that it does not, you know, it like helps you in the actual paper.
Mm-hmm.
And according to me, you should always keep 15 minutes buffer
Mm-hmm.
so that in case your PC just slows down, or it just goes off during the exam,
Right.
or even when there's any disturbance in the exam center, you get an idea of how to how to handle those situations.
Right.
You should not get stressed at those times, and you need to just focus on your paper at
Mm-hmm.
that time. So time management is one of the main key for getting good marks in JEE Mains. Good knowledge of the formulas, getting all your doubts cleared, concept clarity, and support from your teachers is very important.
Okay, Aditya, I just want to know like how many questions on an average you practice on a daily basis? Just a rough number.
Uh, it depends. Like I think whenever I get into a flow, like I think 100 to 200 per day.
100 to
200.
right, up to 200 questions.
Up to
And
200 per
like
day.
how important are tests?
Tests are really important. As I mentioned earlier, they give you an insight on how well are you performing, in which subjects you're lagging and which you are not, how much time you should spend on each subject. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's say I'm giving less time to maths and I'm getting a low score in it.
Mm-hmm.
It just shows that I need to work harder on maths and I need to spend more time in it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if there is any problem in time management, you'll get to know what the problem is and you can manage it at the right moment
Mm-hmm.
before
Right.
it gets too late.
And how many tests on a monthly basis have you given?
Just before JEE, like a month earlier, I started giving tests on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, like 2 months back, two tests a week, I guess, 2 to 3 tests.
Right. And Ditya, like you are really good with in mathematics. So can you share some tips like how to prepare mathematics for up to JEE Advance?
I feel you should know the technique to solve a particular question in mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say you have a chapter parabola. So the technique that I found there was to know all the properties of parabolas, because that comes in very handy when you're solving questions on that.
Mm-hmm.
So you should know the technique to solve questions in every chapter.
Mm-hmm.
You can just go through the chapter and can find points which can help you out. Basically, knowing the technique and the strategy to solve questions helped me out in maths.
Okay, so basically you have practiced a large number of problem types, different problem types.
Yes. So you need to get an idea of the various problem types which are present in mathematics, and you need to work on that.
And and,
Yes.
and the another part like how like you practiced inorganic chemistry.
Uh, that was one of my problems too. I've been referring my physics teacher for a chemistry teacher for a long time now. But every time, like I've just listened to him, he just told me to read NCRT multiple times,
Okay, so
and
multiple revision of NCERT will help.
NCRT, and like what I did was I made like some short notes and I pasted them on the wall, and I
Mm-hmm.
read them on a daily basis so that those things just go into my head.
Right.
So that helped me out during the exam.
Right, Ditya, so usually we at rugby we guide student like to prepare compendiums, short notes for each and every chapter. So are you
Yes.
also following that?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did it वैसे, but not like for every chapter, but for some chapters which I find like very difficult, and some chapters which I tend to forget,
Mm-hmm.
especially in organic.
Right.
So yes, short notes help you a lot just before the exam, because just like a day or two before the exam, you can't just end up reading your notes. You
Mm-hmm.
need some short notes so that you can go through it on, like quickly, and that will just like help you recap all the formulas.
Okay, and how do you revise?
I don't have any particular strategy. I basically like take a lot of mock tests, and with
Mm.
the analysis, I realize where I'm lagging and I work on it.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so I don't follow any specific revision strategy. I just focus on where my concepts are weak, and then I work.
Mm-hmm. Right. And at the last, I remember, like, I have taken your very first class on 1st October 2022.
Yeah,
Right. And at that point of time, the quality of doubts which you were asking were quite basic. But
yeah,
as the time progresses, I have seen significant improvement in the quality of doubts which you are asking.
yeah,
Right. Can you tell me, how have you improved on that? So, like, earlier you were asking quite basic doubts, right?
yeah. So basically, understanding the concepts,
Mm-hmm.
basically, guidance from the teacher is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm honestly saying I was very happy learning from you, because I have like got a huge clarity of concepts now, and my physics has improved drastically
Right.
to where I was. So your support was very important to me, and along with that, having a clarity of concepts is very important. If the concepts are clear, you can solve like questions very easily, and yes, you should know the formulas.
Mm-hmm. Right,
So
Ditya. So I won't take much time because like you are preparing for advance, right?
yeah,
And like all the very best for advance. I hope you pass the advance with flying colors and will
thank you, sir.
will get even better all India rank,
Yes, sir.
right? So
Definitely.
thanks for your time. Ciao.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye. Take care.